Hello, my friends, and welcome to a sequel to a game in which I've done some weeks back. Since I'm on a Dynasty Warriors kick, well, it's only fair that I share this with the rest of the free world on the internet. And it is a sequel to a game I recently played a few weeks back. So with that, there's gonna be a rant involved. So apologies in advance if I am if there's gonna be shots fired. I just need to get it off my chest. So once again, my apologies in advance. There's a lot that's going on in my head, and I need to really stew. So there you go. So here we go with our featured one-shot presentation. Otherwise known as the Knights of Valour 2. So we got Xiao Yun, Huan Yu. You know what? Let's go with somebody different. Let's go with let's go with somebody different. You already know the people of Shu. You already know the story, so. Like I need to tell you what this is all about. I mean, it's the same game. It's only I'm just not going to go through the story because if you already know where this takes place, well, you should know. But this takes place in during the Yellow Turbans, as you may already know. But yeah, this is the sequel to the Knights of Valor 1. Which in Japanese is called Sengoku Senki. Otherwise known as the Romance of the Three Kingdoms. Like I said, I've been on a kick. I've been on a Dynasty Warriors kick since there is going to be a new installment called, well, Warriors. I mean, Warriors 8 Empires. And it is a strategy RPG done in Dynasty Warriors format. that is Zhuge Liang, of course. So, there's been a lot that's been going on, as you well may know. But for some of you who don't know, there's some good out of all this, even though it may not sound like I'm feeling so hot. My thing is, well, first off, my mom is back. After two grueling months of her being in the convalescent home after her stroke, she's finally back. And I, for one, am just am truly thankful she is back. Namely because, it's like there's a real big void there, and, it can't be exclaimed as to why this void is there, but it's there because it is. So, in a few hours, the old man will be back from recouping from his surgery. It had something to do with his groin, I won't go into the gory details because I don't want to sicken people because of it. But yes, it has something to do with his groin. Thankfully, he is finally getting that fixed, and, he has to realize something. He's not an old man. I mean, he is an old man, but he's not a spring chicken. That's the thing. So, the good thing is that they are, coming back to the house. One thing I'm just really concerned about is the fact that when things are back to normal, there's going to be a few changes. For one thing, I'm only going to take care of what's, truly important around here. We make sure they eat and, they have fresh clothes. Among other things. Among other things. And, like I said, if I sound tired, my apologies. It's been a very rough week. And within this rough week, I haven't been able to make, some videos, but thankfully I made, a lot of backlog videos. Just for the sake of, me making something in advance just so I don't have to worry about making anything new. So, as the weekend draws near, we all know that it's Valentine's Day. Most people are going to be with their loved ones or by themselves. Well, I'd say that is be thankful, you know. Even if you don't have anybody, be thankful. Be thankful you are thought of in some fashion or form. You are thought of. You know, that's the one thing you should be thankful of. You know, it's like, truly, if somebody thinks of you, whether it be relation or not, be grateful. I mean, truly, for anybody who has somebody, then every day should be Valentine's Day, not just this one time. You know, it rolls around. Every day should be Valentine's Day. You should treat that person like it is the world to them. Like, you know, you mean the world to them. I mean, that's my thing. Because, you know, most people say, oh, well, you know, it's Valentine's Day. Oh, I feel so sorry. Man, don't feel so sorry about it. Do not feel so sorry about Valentine's Day. Do not feel angry and upset about Valentine's Day. Because I have a friend who just says, you know, he doesn't like Valentine's Day. He calls it Singles Awareness. Which is a new thing now. It's a new thing they call it, you know. It's like, oh, you don't have anyone, we call it single awareness. And I just see it like this. You shouldn't feel so down in the dumps about it, you know. The right person hasn't come along, and, you know. Or maybe it has and you haven't realized it yet. I mean, it's okay, you know? But you shouldn't feel so terrible about the whole day. And I'm saying this, you know, as a mediator of both sweethearts and singles, you know. Because like I said before, you should treat that person like, you know, that person's the world, your galaxy, your universe, that sort of thing. Like, you should spend every single moment. Every single moment. Every single moment, you know, you're with that person. Tell them how special they are. And not just for this one day, you know. It should be every day. I mean, take your time out of your busy schedule. Tell that one person that you care about how much you appreciate them. I mean, the thing with me is, I've been, with me and my business schedule and whatnot, I haven't been able to put any time into recording. And, it's a shame that I don't put in the time to, do my videos. But with the things that are changing, yeah, I might get that chance to do so. I might get that chance to, do my videos more often. And they be a little more fresher than usual. Just the thing is, I haven't been able to do so because, life. I can tell you one thing now. After what's been happening this week, I can pretty much say I'm glad my mom is back. I really am. Now let me tell you what happened what happened last night. Well, when my mom showed up, rather, before she went to bed, or before I helped her get to bed, I basically took the time out to sit down next to her. I took my time out because, it was a very slow night. Very slow night for me watching videos, and, I was really tired, but, at the same time, at the same time, me being so tired, I figured, I gave my mom a hug. I told her, Mom, you're home. You have nothing to worry about now. You are home. You're home. That's all I have to tell you. It's gonna be okay. And because she was so... What's the word for it? She was really, really just... Her nerves were kind of shot. She can't believe she's home and everything. Very trying day. Because I basically, it was going to be a normal day, me going to work and whatnot, teach Japanese and all that. I ended up saying, you know what, I'm going to take the day off. So I got my day off from going to work. I did check in with my boss, told her exactly what was going on. So after all that, I really am. I mean, really, after all that, I said, well, I'm just going to take the day off from work because my mom's coming home. So she was excited to hear that. I said, well, okay. That means I'd have to leave anyway, so I just wanted to let her know in advance I'm not going to be teaching. So apparently, I just basically said, you know what? It was a funny thing because as soon as I left, before I left, I was wearing a Flash T-shirt. Now I have a new, I have a new nickname. They call me Mr. Flash. I'm like, I said, trust me, kid. I'm no Flash. I can tell you that right now. So let me tell you, kids, I am no Flash. I tell you that right now. I am no Flash, and I'm still Mr. Uzi. I can't run that damn fast. All right. So, like I said, it was one of those days. We got her out of there. We got her discharged and everything. And we were so glad to get her out of there. Because honestly, the smell was just that damn awful. Can't stand that smell. Nor do I really want to be around that smell any longer. I mean, the smell of piss and whatnot. It's just too much. It's just too much to bear. So, I had to, I was just being brutally honest. Like, we got to get out of here, please. But thank God, and I mean, thank God she is no longer in that place. It'll take some time for her to adjust back to home life, but that's nothing. That's nothing a little help could do, a little help. From all of us. I mean, all of us. And that's a good thing. I mean, we're having things worked out to where they actually have in-home care done by the family. People that actually do something. So, our extended family is going to help out with things. So, they can be taken care of. They can be taken care of properly. Which is a good thing, because, as I mentioned before, there are so many things that, I can only do, but there are some things I can't really do to help them. Cooking and cleaning is one thing I can do. However, anything else, considering that, it takes professional help, I can't do it. But really, I'm hoping after all this that is going on, they learn to relax. I mean, we have a system worked out, so all we have to do is you just have to make sure, everything is running as smooth as silk. So that's one thing. We're all trying to adjust. You know, we're trying to take some of the heat off what we do. Like I have my projects like my novels and whatnot, and I need more time for them and my videos. So that's one thing. Then my cousin, she works all day, so it's like she works all day, and I'm trying to get back on my schedule of doing my work. So there's that. And if you don't know who this is Oneshot. But going back to what I said before, considering Valentine's Day, don't feel terrible about it, you shouldn't take it out on, you shouldn't take your anger out just because, it's just this one day in which should be celebrated every day because, one thing is you're being loved and appreciated, even though you should be loved and appreciated every day. It's just like everything else, you have to put in consideration to it, Because we as humans, sometimes we are so self-absorbed into what we do that we don't even realize, the people around us whoever they might be, whether they're a relation or not, a little word of appreciation is nice and everything. And if it sounds weird, that's the game. I mean, like I said, we don't usually take the time out to say thank you or, I appreciate what you do or anything like that. Because we're usually stuck in our own little worlds. It's like we usually just don't notice people sometimes because, sometimes we're just stuck up in our own little world. And it usually happens, that's usually a normal thing. Like, I don't know. Like, there's not much you can actually say, I mean, that's what I honestly think. There's not much you can normally say. It's like you either say it and then it doesn't get acknowledged or otherwise, Oh, hi there. Oh, you need to get the hell out of here. Time switch. Okay, so we're Zhao Yun now. Alright, Blanca. So, my message to you guys is, if you have somebody, don't just leave it just to this one day. This one day of commercialism about candies and whatnot. Don't just leave it up to one day in which you're just going to say, I appreciate you, I love you, or whatever, what have you have to say. You know, technically it's not just going to be, one day. It shouldn't be one day. If you don't realize what this is the Battle of Chirby. The part where Zhuge Liang calls forth the wind. So first I was playing as Macho, now I'm playing as Zhao Yun. So we are playing as the 5 Tiger Generals of Shu. It really gripes me sometimes that, even the smallest little inkling you want to hear is, how much you appreciate, It's always good to hear a bit of appreciation. Like last night we made dinner. We made a couple of steaks out of 5 steaks. Link plot ship. I mean, this is basically the Link ship plot. Oh, I mean, yeah, we made. It's like I had bought five steaks in some time back. Wasn't too long ago either. But what I did was, so you know what? Since my mom is home, you know what? Let's go crazy. Let's do something that hasn't been done before. Let's let's cook these steaks. So I cooked all five of these steaks, broke them into smaller pieces so it'd be more. If there's like five, I made 10. That's something I learned from my mom. You know, always minimize and maximize. So, let's say after 2 good hours of making steak and gravy and all the fixings, um, my sister and her daughter, they stayed for dinner, and they were basically just stayed around for until like 8 o'clock, I think. 8 o'clock last night. So after all that, I think it might have been 7 though. Sit around until 7. They stayed for dinner. Which was good. They complimented me about the meal. I said, well, thank you. Even though it wasn't just myself doing the cooking. My cousin actually helped by, showing me how to make gravy. So, that's a good thing. And plus, the gravy brought out the natural flavoring that it did, which was like, I put some accent, some mesquite, rub. You know what? Let's go with Huangzhong. I mean, clearly, that made me feel pretty good because, after all this, I said, well, I didn't mind it. This was something special because my mom is back. She was so grateful. And I made this meal for her. And there's enough for tomorrow, so that's one thing I don't have to worry about. Oh, I forgot y'all bastards. It's funny how the sword just like moved like. But that's a fine example of, appreciation. The fine art appreciation. I mean, truly, that's the thing. Appreciation is a rare gift we rarely see in the world. I mean, it really is it is a rarity. Because we all want to feel appreciated, you know? You know, just that alone. I mean, that alone should make you feel good, you know? You know, feeling that you've done a little something. You brought a little bit of happiness to somebody's life. There are some times I feel that when I do, whether it's making videos or just being available, it kind of makes what I do it makes it worthwhile, you know? Because it's not just me doing videos or whatnot. I can basically just be, you know, I can basically be, oh hi, I'm the Tenkaichi of gaming. Yeah. But when I'm not that, when I'm really not in that mode, then, you know, it's just me, you know. It's just me, Izzy. That's all. That's all there is. When I'm not in my usual, I'm ready to play this game. I'm ready to beat some ass and take names and all that shit, you know. When I'm not doing that, when it's all said and done, and you know what little I show on my channel, whether it be like technically like 50 minutes worth of a game or minutes to maybe an hour or so, it's worth something. I never try B. You notice that, I never try B. I always go for A, never B. But as I say, you know, the little things, most people just don't look at. They always expect the big things, the major things. To me, you know, the small stuff is just as important as the big stuff. It's like I might have one of those long days, you know. And sometimes it's not that easy, you know. You know, you have one of those days that it tries you. Because of the situation and whatnot. And sometimes it's like that, it just happens, and it it can't be explained. It just happens. And to me, we all have those kind of days, It's like, well, I feel like shit. I don't want to deal with the world, but I gotta deal with the world anyway. I get one of those days where I don't want to deal with the world. I just basically want to make it through day by day. I mean, most times, sometimes I don't come looking for a comment. But if it shows, that's good. If not, not really hurting for anything. It's just the thought that counts, that somebody finds my work a little something to be desired. Like sometimes I hear from my longtime subs or followers, whichever works. Sometimes I hear from them, It's more than just, it's more than just me being, Pookie Izzy 7, There's a lot to it there's a lot more to it than that. Because there are a lot of times, if you just take away everything that I've been doing, if you take away the persona, I'm still the same person. If you took away the Tenkaichi, I'd still be the same person. It doesn't take away from who I am. I'd still be doing the same damn thing I'm still doing now. But it doesn't take away from who I am. That's one thing. I'm still gonna be me no matter what happens. I'm no longer a servant to, be thou for the people. I said, no. I've been there for the people. And, sometimes it's good, but, other times I want to be there for the people who need me the most, namely my family. And my family need me, Sometimes, a little bit too much. I think they're now understanding, they're slowly understanding. You know, I've been working my tail off. Timey gave me a break. It's a good time for me to take myself a well-earned vacation. And when I take my well-earned vacation, the only thing I'm going to do a whole lot is just sleep. And I am not lying. The one thing I am definitely going to do on my vacation is catch up on a whole lot of sleep. Aside from other things, I'm just going to just relax, enjoy myself. Because even my family, they understand, you know, my family kind of understands that I've been working my tail to the bone. And even when I tell them, they understand. I'm like, well, you know, you have been doing a lot. You have been doing a lot of behind the scenes stuff. Like make sure, like, you guys still, you make sure that all the bills are paid and whatnot. Yeah, I make sure of that. And I only need one reminder. I don't need two reminders. Like, well, what about? I'm like. Well, what about? Yeah, I know. You don't need to tell me about this and that. I know about it. Well, if you don't know, these are Jaho Dun and Jaho Yuan. This music is just going every which way but loose. As I said, you know, it's about the little things. Because you don't see me try to be someone I'm not, you know. Because the last thing I want to do is be someone I'm not. And there's way too much of that going around. There's a lot of I can tell you, there's a lot of stupidity happening, you know. I think I mentioned this before, but if I not mention this, we got too much stupid going on. We got too many people in the social media making assholes of themselves just because they want to be noticed. I'm not going to even mention their names because I've heard too many of them. I've heard too much of who's in the news and everything else. So let's just say they who shall not be named, or the Idiot Brigade, they who shall not be named, it's just not worth it. I mean, it's just a sad thing when, you see too many idiots just doing some stupid shit, all for sake of attention. That's all you're gonna do here, I swear to God, man. And we usually give them that power just to show up because, we have to say something about it. We gotta have a say about it. Just because, it's not the same if I don't say my piece about it. Some people, I tell you, He Salsa's not like he was in the first game. Or maybe this is Sun Jian. I don't know. No, this was Sun Jian. I would know it. I was just gonna say he might be Salsa. Yeah, but I think my end message is just going to be the following. You should, what you do, don't expect too much, you know? Because what little you show for it, it pays off in the end. I mean, what people will still respect you regardless of what you do. But, you know, don't just do it just because. Don't just do something just because you want to get nuts for it. There's no real use for it, you know? And that, my friends, I believe, is the end of the Knights of Valor. Two. I am a marshal. And a chancellor. So my ending message is, just be yourself. Appreciate what you do. And I'm pretty sure that somebody out there is looking for you. Or looking at what you do. And they're just waiting for the right time to tell you, I appreciate what you do. Don't ever stop doing what you're doing. Whether it's online or in person. That one person just might be the one person you're looking for. So with that, I've been the Tenkai Shiv Gaming, and this was the Knights of Valor 2. Until next time, look for more videos in the near future, and I'll see you next time.